Alright guys, the day has come where I am painting my rims black again. Now if you guys can see, my lug nuts suck. So well, it was fine, but until I had to bring it to the shop real quick just to get my brakes all figured out. I was having a problem with my brakes, so I had to get them to fix it. And so of course they grabbed their guns and they killed this shit out of my fresh paint job. Well, not so fresh, but it was only like a couple weeks old, and so they chipped all of this up. I'm not worried about in here because I know in the hole, that's what she said, in the hole, it's not going to be perfect, but you know, the lug nuts can be in there, so you won't be able to see it anyways. But I would like these to turn out glossy. I know I was going for the flat black look last time, but as you guys can see, it's fucking hideous. It's gross, you know. Don't flat black stuff. Like, learn from me right now and like listen to what I'm saying. This stuff gets dirty and you can see everything in it and it's gross. Like, you can just like look at that. It's grimy, and that's just not even coming off. It's so dirty. And like, I went away. So what I did is I grabbed Simply Green, and then I grabbed a nice. This is a nail scrubbing brush, but I use this for a lot of my tires when I'm doing my tires, make them shine and stuff. What I would do is I would spray Simply Green or Simple Green on, and then I would spray the whole rim and then the back of the rim. So I clean the whole rim, go along, go like this in all the crevices, make sure you get it all good. Around in here, there's only so much you can do around there. It's not really that big of a deal to me, but if you want to do this really, really good, you want to get a special brush so you can get it in there. Around the hole, or around the rim here, you want some special brushes to get in there. This worked fine for me, so I really recommend this. But yeah, so definitely think about getting one of these. It's a nail brush. It's only like $2, so just get it. And so what I'm doing is I'm gonna get some filler primer. This is a heater, just heating up the cans right now and drying these off while I go and eat, because I just cleaned them all. And they're wet now. I sprayed water on them to get all this off, and they're pretty clean, as clean as I'm willing to get them. And yeah, so I'm going a glossy black this time, enamel based. See, gloss enamel. Enamel is definitely one of the better stuff. You really want to get enamel based products because stop. Okay, because it is a stronger product, as well as filler primer, because there's a lot, like as you can see, there's all this. One of my rims, see, this one has a little like someone put a razor against it, kind of looks like that, but I don't know. And then you have these. So there's no way of getting rid of those except for, you know, grabbing some primer and sanding it down and doing it proper, and I'll show you the process of me doing that. Same with this here. I need filler primer to go in there, so that's going to be a process and a half right there. It's really not going to be easy to sand because these rims are really hard, especially around the edges here. It's hard to get sandpaper in those little corners, so I'm not going to worry about the outsides too much, even though there's this here, and all along here. This isn't, I don't curb rash. I've never had a curb rash on any of my rims, to knock on wood. What this is I had a flat in this rim, so I had to buy 2 new tires for my rear. And so what happens, I put a fix-a-flat just so I can get around, because this is when I was in Florida. So I put a fix-a-flat on there, and it just killed my fucking, the can broke. It's brutal on your paint. If you have fix-a-flat, make sure you get a good can of fix-a-flat. If you ever had a problem, I really recommend having it. If you ever get a problem, it's really good to have. So yeah, I'm gonna have to try to sand that down or try to get some primer in there and do as best as I can. But this is drying. These are the products that I'm using. Just some primer, and then enamel based, acrylic enamel, premium. This is a high gloss, quick drying. So this is just a clear coat basically. Okay, that's just for extra protection. Keep it lasting longer, so you don't get these little chips in here and it doesn't look like crap. Like, look, just looks brutal. Okay, so I'll get back to that. Oh, also I popped these out, so you're gonna have to pop the middles out unless you don't want them or you want to keep them. Whatever, it's up to you. It's your rims. But I recommend pop them out because there's problems. feel like that one I had to fix up with some paint. It just looks like crap. So yeah, definitely be careful when you guys are doing this. Buy the right stuff, okay? Thanks. I'll get back to you when the drying's done. This video is going to probably be a couple days because I want to do this somewhat right. I know I'm not even getting to it, so I'll be back with actually primering these, and then we'll get going from there. Alright guys, here's what it looks like, all masked off. I use the cue card method, or whatever the hell you want to call them, my cue cards. These little card things, I use that. You can get them at a dollar store for $1.25. And then I just get some masking tape and I just mask off the valves. And yeah, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the Sandable Primer so that I can get out all the spots that aren't able to be done. And then I'll come back to you guys. Alright guys, so I sanded a lot of this down. There still needs to be some sanding, so I'm going to do another coat of primer. You can just see how much sanding I had to do with these rims because of just mistakes from before from the previous owner of these. He plasti dipped them and he like killed them somehow. And so yeah, so they're pretty sanded down. I'm gonna have to go over maybe one more time in a couple spots. There's a spot right here somewhere. There's a spot over here on one of these. This one right here, so that needs to be taken care of. So I'm just gonna let these ones dry out, and then I'm gonna spray these ones now. And so yeah, this is just a quick walkthrough. What was I using? I was just using some pretty coarse stuff here. You want to get rid of it all. See, coarse. It just doesn't say what it is, but I'm gonna go around with this 2000 after, and then I got a couple other ones that I'm gonna use, and then I gotta hit these up still. So yeah, it's still a long process to go, but stay tuned for the next step. Alright guys, so here's round 2 of sanding with primer. Now I ran out of Sandable Primer, so if you guys don't have Sandable Primer, get it before you start this, because it does not work as easily. It's like 10 times the amount of work. So this is the process it's at now. The division just came out, so I'm gonna go play that. And so this is all sanded down with 2000 grit. So it's pretty freaking smooth right now. Alright, so I'm gonna go and let these dry off. I just wet sanded them, so they're all wet now. So I wipe them down, I'm gonna go let them dry off, go put the division, and then I'll come back out here eventually once I have Sandable Primer. Hey guys, so here's an update on these. I'm on like the 3rd or 4th coat. I'm done with this coat. I'm gonna do a shiny coat now, like a metallic-y coat. But as you can see from the sanding, I used the wrong sandpaper, and I'm just too lazy to go get some new ones. But so that's all showing up. But whatever. It is what it is. I'm too tired and too annoyed with a bunch of shit to give a shit right now. So yeah. Not bad. Looks pretty nice. These were done right, but yep. So yeah, I'm gonna put like, where is it? Alright guys, here it is. They look amazing. There's a few spots that are messed up on. That's just my fingerprint right there. Yeah, it looks good as hell. Like if you guys can see that, oh, it's gonna look so good. Now with the cards there was some overspray, so I grabbed some paint thinner and my handy dandy nail brush thingy, which you guys really need to get. And I grabbed, see how there's a little overspray there. This whole tire had overspray around the whole thing. Got rid of it all. There's some right in here, so you can see that little white. All of my overspray I got off, and didn't even harm the rim or anything. It was awesome. So if you guys are willing to do this, it's pretty simple. All I gotta do now is put some air in them because they've been sitting for the winter in my backyard and they kind of lost air. But yeah, hopefully you guys like this video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.